is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
That's going to be a fun event, and I'm going to approach it from a very neutral standpoint, just like I did the original Wings of Redemption documentary last year when I reacted to the Down the Rabbit Hole video. You know, I feel like a lot of people were very unfair to Wings over the years, that basically they didn't give him a fair shake, and or they just like to sit there and laugh at him rather than actually approach it from a neutral standpoint or even an objective standpoint. I'm in a situation where I've been through so much on the internet in the last 10 years that I have, in some cases, empathy for the stuff that he's gone through, because I've kind of been through it myself from a different perspective, obviously, but still, you know, when you've kind of been there, you can understand what's happening there a lot better. So I'm excited, actually, to go through this one again, and I have an announcement. I'm going to formally do this publicly. I was going to send a private message, but I figured, since it's very much involving the public as well, I would like to invite a public invite to Wings of Redemption himself, alright?
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Now, what I mean by that is, I know that sometimes he watches the stuff that I do and he does a live react. He did that last time around when I reacted to his original Down the Rabbit Hole documentary. He was watching it live and on his own channel and doing his own kind of react to my react. I would like to invite him on Sunday, if he can make it, because I haven't spoken to him about this. I have no idea what his schedule is or what his life is like. But if he wants to come by the stream and chat, so for example, if he wants to come onto the stream and be in the chat, here's what I'd like to do. And this is completely up to him, and he could say no, and that's fine. If we're watching the show, and we approach a point in the documentary where something's kind of noteworthy or important or anything like that, and it basically, you know, is a situation that maybe we have questions, or maybe more elaboration on the situation would make a lot of sense, I would like to ask the source. Like, if he's here. Like, for example, let's say there's a really controversial thing that happens in the documentary. Oh my god, everyone remembers that moment. Oh, it makes Wings look bad or whatever. I would actually like to ask him what really happened. Like, is what we're seeing being portrayed in this documentary accurate? Or do you feel like it's a misrepresentation? Is there more to add to the situation that we don't know what's going on? Because I feel that a lot of times, that's exactly what happens. People are misrepresented, and then their side never really comes out. You know what I mean? Or they'll say their side of the story on their own content and channel, but that literally never leaves their own content and channel. So everyone else on the internet goes on believing nonsense about a situation, and I don't think that's fair. I'm someone who has personally been in this situation many, many times, where everyone says shit about me, but then no one actually asks me the truth about it. They just believe, right? So I'm going to give him that opportunity if he wants to, and he doesn't have to at all. He doesn't have to come by. That's up to him. But I would very much, if he wants to, have him come by, and if he wants to chime in on anything, he's very welcome to be here in the chat and chime in on anything, and I'll read his takes or whatever, or if he has anything additional to add. That way I at least feel like it's being fair, right? You know what I mean? At least give the guy a chance to add something and or defend himself, instead of just piling on someone, which is bullshit. It really is, you know? I would hope, just like the other June the King documentaries, I would hope, because again, I haven't watched this one yet, okay? I would hope that he covers both sides. Like, for example, we're watching the Pro Jared documentary, right? June covered a lot of positives about Pro Jared. A lot of the good things he's done over the years, and then he covered the whole drama situation very matter-of-factly with how it laid out on the internet, and then covering it after the fact on what really was going on, showing that, you know, Jared is not, you know, above reproach. He definitely did some things pretty wrong in that situation. At the same time, half the stuff he was being accused of was literally bullshit. And that's not fair that this guy gets his whole reputation and name besmirched on the internet, and he becomes a laughingstock, right? So, that's what I'm saying. I would definitely like to have him come in here and be able, Humanoma, I'm not going to do a collaboration with Wings. I've said it a million times. The guy claimed he wanted to do a collaboration with me last year, and kept telling people he sent me emails. He never sent me. He outright lied. He's like, oh, I sent Phil his emails, he didn't respond. He never sent me anything. He's a full of crap. Because all my emails are public, and I check my spam and everything. The guy never did. So, I get the feeling the guy is one of those people, just like when he wanted me on his podcast, and I told him I was sick, but I would do it later, and he's like, okay, I'll tell you when it is. Then he never told me when it was. Then did a podcast and proceeded to talk shit about how I basically flaked on him, when in reality I was sick and told him I would do it, and he never contacted me. So I get the feeling this is one of those guys that he's like trying to create drama for himself or whatever. So I have no interest in doing anything with that guy. Seriously, like, if he was serious about it, it would have happened already. The guy obviously just likes to do it to try to get attention for himself. I had enough drama in my fucking life without dealing with someone like that. Yeah, I sent him all these emails. No, you didn't. You're a blatant liar. You're just being a dick to try to get attention, man. Plus, I definitely get the feeling if I did anything, it would just bring more drama and nonsense. And the bottom line is, I like how my streams are right now. They've become a lot more chill, a lot more fun. We've got a lot of that element out of here, that drama element. And I don't like it. So I don't want to bring that in just because I'm streaming with some guy who apparently is all about that stupid shit. I don't want to bring that into my content. Just being honest. I've been there, done that, and I'm so far beyond it. I'm not going back there just for the sake of a couple quick bucks or a couple quick views. So to basically defend himself, you know what I mean? Against any kind of nonsense, because I don't know what we're going to see here. All right? So that's what I'm going to say. Now, if he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't want to do it, and that's totally cool, you know? That's up to him. I just wanted to extend the public invite if he wants to be here in the chat on Sunday for the React and add anything to anything that we're doing. All right? I hope that he knows that when I do these, I mean, if anything, if you saw from the first one that I did last year, it was my first React event ever. I really want to approach these things as a neutral standpoint, an objective standpoint, and try to add new perspectives to them. Because I definitely don't want people basically hating on the guy because of, you know what I mean? And that's the problem with a lot of these things on the internet, especially people who are categorized as lolcows. I feel like, is everyone perfect? No. Everyone has flaws. Everyone does things that are wrong. There's plenty of things to hate on people for that are legit. But then why do you gotta pile on with negative memes and bullshit, right? Because it's like, oh, well, someone did something wrong, it's verified. Therefore, let's just continuously, you know, ruin people's lives and make the, you know, crap on them. Why? Why are you doing that? Like, seriously, what's wrong with you? And that's the mentality of so many people on the internet. Oh, just because someone did some things wrong, now it's just time to, like, completely crap on them forever, and the crapping never ends. It's like an endless stream of duty. And I don't like that. Alright? I just don't. So, you know, it's funny because we watched the first React last year, and a lot of people liked that because of the way that I approached it and said it was a lot different. And most people who watch that down the rabbit hole video just laugh at Wings the whole time. I'm like, then why even watch it? If you have nothing to add and all you're going to do is continue to be a bully like everyone else on the internet to the guy, then why even fucking watch it, right? Why not just fucking do something else with your time instead of wasting everyone's time? So, I don't want to make this a waste of everyone's time. I want it to be something productive and something objective on Sunday, alright? So that's going to be all day long on Sunday over on DSP Reacts, alright?
Just wings, 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 wings. Like, shut the fuck up. You're like a little incessant 5-year-old pulling at their parent's leg. Mommy, 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 mommy.
We ordered out some food. What did we get? We got, we got poke bowls for dinner. You ever had a poke bowl? Anyone know what a poke bowl is? So, what do we get? I basically made my own. So I got salmon and Hawaiian-style tuna. Ahi, they call it. With a bunch of other ingredients, like scallions, onions, little crunchy pieces of what they call tempura, but I think they were just crunchies to add texture. Jalapenos, sesame seeds, some pickled ginger. Man, what else? There was a lot in there. Oh, roasted corn, which is really cool. So what they do is they put a big bed of white rice, that's fresh rice, and they put all these ingredients just stacked on top of it. And the fish is raw. The fish is not cooked. It's prepared, like it's seasoned, and it's chopped up into cubes or whatever. But it's not cooked, so you're eating raw fish. And it was seriously good. It was, like, so filling. I wasn't expecting it. Because you think it's just a bowl of some seafood with some other ingredients. It's not going to be that filling. Dude, it was filling. I couldn't even finish. I couldn't even finish the bowl. It was so filling. And it was the first time I've ever really had it. I've had it before. But I was always kind of apprehensive. So I would get what they call, like, the cooked bowl, where you can get things like shrimp tempura and stuff like that. That's not really the spirit of a poke bowl. Poke bowl is supposed to be the raw seafood in there with all these other ingredients. So I finally had the authentic poke bowl as a dinner. And it was very, very good.
Fast food is healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, depression is caused by eating fast food. Didn't you know that? But anyway, to get back to what I was saying, a bunch of trolls had come in here, and they were screaming and complaining that I wasn't playing the game yet. Guess what? This is the podcast. This isn't the game yet. That's why every day we schedule the Level 1 podcast, and then the game starts roughly 12:45 p.m. Pacific time. This is all scheduled. You got a problem with that? You're in the wrong place, because you couldn't read. Not my fault that you can't read the schedule. So anyone who's complaining should be timed out. Anyone who continues to complain should be banned from the chat for violating the rules because they can't read. It's not my fault that you can't read the schedule. We do this every day, by the way. It's always a podcast, and then it's the gameplay. So there you go. DsP is an old grumpy man. This kind of attitude is why he'll never make it big and blah, blah, blah. Oh, look at him. He's such a toxic idiot. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Still has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. That I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.